He had everything, until fate took it away from him. But by losing the human world, he gained something more. This is the story of Buck. Buck wasn't born to the wild. He lived in sunny California, a massive, powerful dog with a gentle heart. He ruled the estate of Judge Miller like a playful king, unruly, spoiled, and adored. But comfort makes us soft, and Buck was not ready for what was coming. One night, everything changed. Lured by greed, a desperate man stole Buck and sold him into the unknown. Shackled, caged, and silent, Buck was shipped north, to the unforgiving Yukon, where gold fever burned in men's eyes, and survival was not a right, but a prize. Here, no one cared about manners. The first lesson Buck learned was pain. The second, obedience. Buck was sold into a dog sled team, hauling heavy mail through frozen mountains and deadly forests. His companions were hardened, scarred, and silent. And their leader was Spitz. Spitz was ruthless, a survivor, a tyrant. Buck had never faced anything like him. At first, Buck struggled. He stumbled. But inside him, something ancient stirred. A strength that wasn't born of luxury, but of instinct, of bloodlines older than memory. Slowly, Buck adapted. He grew leaner, faster, smarter. And when Spitz crossed the line, when cruelty met courage, Buck rose. Under moonlight and snow, the two clashed. Tooth against tooth, strength against will, and Buck won. Not just the fight, but the respect of the pack. He became leader, and the wild began to whisper louder. But the trail was relentless, and men more so. Buck was passed from hand to hand until he met the man who would change everything. John Thornton, a man running not from hunger, but from heartache. Thornton saw in Buck what others missed. Not just power, but soul. Their bond was quiet, built not on commands, but on trust. Together, they ventured beyond the maps into the untouched wilderness, where no man ruled, where no path was marked, where the wild waited. But Buck felt something more. He heard it in the rustle of leaves, in the distant howl of wolves, in the ghostly vision of a great white spirit wolf who came to him in dreams. The call of the wild was growing louder, not with words, but with pull. A longing in his bones. He began to disappear into the forest for hours, then days, returning but changed, stronger, quieter, wilder. He was not leaving Thornton, but something deeper was awakening. But the North is never kind, and greed follows every trail. While Buck wandered the woods, men came, they wanted gold. They wanted it all. They set fire to the cabin. They nearly killed John Thornton. But Buck returned, and this time not as a pet, but as a force of nature. He fought not for survival, but for the one who had given him freedom. And every man who brought destruction faced Buck's wrath. When the smoke cleared, the cabin was gone, but Thornton was alive. Because Buck had saved him, yet something had changed. Buck could no longer stay. He did not run. He did not hide. He walked calmly into the trees. And there, the white wolf was waiting. Buck joined the pack. Not as a dog, not as a pet, but as one of them. A leader, a legend. His body carried the scars of man, but his soul now belonged to the wild. They say, if you look closely, you might still see him, racing across the Yukon, with the wolves at his side. A shadow, a guardian, a call answered. This isn't just a story about survival. This is a story about self-identity, about letting go of the life others expect of us and becoming who we were always meant to be. Buck wasn't just lost. He was found. Not in gold, not in people, but in the call of the ancestors.